But you got these huge people. They started finding some stone tools, like a Native American stone axe is gonna be like this. Their shit was double-sided, and it was like huge.
Bigger than us.
Yeah, I couldn't even hardly wield the damn thing.
I saw a knife they found off the coast of Melbourne, and it was like 12 feet long. Like, it would have been a giant, like 120 feet tall. That's what's crazy. There's giants as big as islands, like Maui, and then there's giants like 8 feet tall, you know? Even 6 feet tall was a tall girl back then. You know, she's 6 feet tall, but she's as big, you know, twice as wide as us. Yeah, I narrated, I've sent you and showed you a few of them, you know, the giant newspaper articles that I read. Because I come
Even
from Ohio.
Abraham Lincoln
Yep, yeah, we love
said
talking about
it.
it. Yep.
Look where Abraham Lincoln goes to Niagara Falls, and he writes about it.
Yep.
And he said this would have been flowing even when the giants did make up the mounds.
Yeah.
The giant mounds.
The mound builders, yeah.
Like, did you know prior to the Vikings there were no totem poles here in America?
Wow.
Did the Native Americans learn that from Vikings?
The Vikings? Wow. The Vikings were very spiritual too, of course.
Yeah, they were, in their religion, it was like a you can't do this. You can't talk about death. You don't wish death on somebody. Like, you don't even say Thor's name. You just raise your glass to him and drink.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you honor Thor.
There's lots of legends of giants in Norse mythology too, you know?
Oh, the Jotuns. And they're even their own realm, their own, like, country is called Jotunheim. They had things for frost giants, fire giants. They were always talking about that.
Mm-hmm. I've been watching a lot of cool stuff about Alaska, about the gnomes, ice gnomes, evil mermaids. Like, there's cave systems in glaciers, you know, miles long. Like, it is unbelievable.
What the hell is gonna make that out of frozen ice? Hot water?
Right.
It's
From
impossible.
where, you know?
Something made that.
Exactly.
That's intelligent design.
Exactly.
You hear that?
Sounded like it came from two different directions.
I heard like human voices yelling
Mm-hmm. Me too.
right out there.
Some guy came into the store and he worked at the Chattahoochee Hospital, and I brought up the Otizi Wild Man, and I said, yeah, supposedly he's buried there on the grounds. And he said it's like in the back, like behind a creek. And I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, I could show you it. So hopefully one time he comes back.
Wonder what they put on the headstone, if there's one.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if they even put headstones.
See, what
have
they
a lot
should
of
do-
unnamed deaths.
They should find that damn thing and exhume the body.
Yeah.
And do DNA testing if there's any DNA left. There might be some in bone marrow.
Through the Sasquatch.
We're not here alone.
Yeah, there's people here. Through the Sasquatch Genome Project, they had 130 different DNA, and they all come back human hybrid, because it's half female DNA, and that's, you know, human DNA, and then the male side is unknown. So that goes back to like the good book, you know, the the Nephilim came down, mated with the women of Earth,
Right.
or the fallen angels came down and mated with the women of Earth, and then created the Nephilim, the Watchers.
I did bring my phone. Thought I might have grabbed it.
Yeah, I see a flashlight. Maybe they'll have an EVP machine.
There's a few people that think it like we do.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see. As long as they don't kill us. I grabbed this piece of
No
flint.
worry about that.
Yeah. How's it going, guys? Doing good. Good to see other people getting out during the eclipse.
Oh, there is an eclipse tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
We were just walking out here because we just felt like walking around.
Yeah. Magical time. It called you out, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely wild out here.
What's the window for us to see it? You know?
I saw like 11:56, but I'm guessing that's Eastern time, so probably like 10:56. It's supposed to last 3 hours, so
Okay.
all throughout the night. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then there's supposed to be a solar eclipse this month and some other wild space like phenomenon. It's something with like Mars, Venus, and the Moon are all aligned, and it's like some trifecta. You know, it's a wild month. It's really cool.
Cool.
At least 2020 is almost halfway over now. You know.
Yeah.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Y'all have a good one. Yeah, it's good to see people out getting out here in nature.
Definitely. I was gonna offer to them, me and you, were about ready to walk back and adventure, and we were gonna say they could hang out, But now we have some.
Right. Came on with them a dang backpack. So I like watching Squidbillies.
Yeah.
And my favorite episodes when anytime Granny has to go back and tell stories about where her great granddaddy and their great granddaddy. They really haven't told how Ruby Jean, Grandma, related to him.
I've only seen a couple episodes, the ones with Space Ghost Pert.
I like that.
Because he's from, or Space Ghost, whatever his name is, you know. He's from Lakeland, or lives in Lakeland. So they literally go to Lakeland.
Like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force,
They
yeah.
got their start on Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
That's crazy.
And they were just animated. Like Fry Lockwood had a real wimpy voice. They made that whole show, man. When they stopped making that and started making C-Lab 2020,
Uh-huh.
so they went to like Comic-Con and shit like that, and they're having these interviews, and everybody's asking them, so when are you going to make another Aqua Teen Hunger Force? And they're out there promoting
Something else. Yeah.
C-Lab.
Yeah. I've never
all
seen
the-
C-Lab before.
It's funny as hell, man. Like there's one with the older guy with the white hair.
Uh-huh.
He went to get something out of the vending machine. It's Bebop Cola, and it took his money. It falls on him, and he's trapped there for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Well,
And there's this damn, every time the machine will short out and shoot a drink can and hit him in the face and bust out his tooth. And one of the little bots, the robots that go around sweeping up the teeth and everything, and started making a necklace.
yeah.
And he befriends the scorpion that has his babies in this guy's belly button. And the scorpion comes and starts stinging him. Well, after a while, he likes the scorpion stings and wants more.
Oh my
Like,
God.
come on, hook daddy up with a couple more bites.
Oh.
And the scorpion fights the robot and the robot kills the scorpion, and then this guy freaking hulks out and starts tearing apart the ship, and they try to talk to him and calm him down.
Yeah.
He's built like the Hulk. The only thing he says is Bebop Cola, good.
Oh my God.
Who makes those shows? Like, does the same guy voice everything?
Master Shake
Uh-huh.
is the voice for Ruby Jean Kyler off of Squidbillies. They got a lot of the same voice actors. And T-Pain, he's been on Squidbillies
Uh-huh.
and Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He's got a necklace of the Moonanites from Aqua Teen.
Yeah.
Just like solid down emeralds and platinum.
Jesus.
It's huge too.
You said T-Pain?
Yeah, T-Pain.
Yeah.
Hell, I know T-Pain.
Stands for Tallahassee Pain.
Damn thing. Look at the damn mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're out.
They're out.
I love those little cartoons like that. Now there's one called Big Mouth.
Yeah, I've seen Big
Oh
Mouth.
shit! I've seen every episode up to the last season.
Wow. Yeah, I only saw the first season, maybe the second. Nick Kroll. He performed at FSU for free.
Have you ever seen F is for Family?
I don't think I watched it, but I saw it. I saw it came out or whatever.
Yeah, the mosquitoes are hard to breathe in.
Yeah, they're getting bad.
I kind of liked that guy came out with his kids, because I was worried about my truck. They seem like nice people, so having more people out here is really a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish they stayed and looked at the bridge for a second.
Who knows? I think the mosquitoes are tearing their asses up too.
Yeah, they were in shorts and t-shirts. They weren't prepared.
I got to thinking about any bad guys that wear mullets, and then I got to remembering that kid off of It.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that kid, man.
Yeah, he's brutal. He had his own problems though.
Yeah, he was raised up being a sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
People used to do shit like that, carve
They still do.
racial slurs and damn bigotry, biggest remarks into people's stomach and shit. Man, I would have got pissed off.
Yeah, it's sad.
If that would have happened in my neighborhood and I found a poor kid beside the road that these kids are beating on and carving up with a knife, I would beat the shit out of those children.
Yeah.
That's the only time I would attack a child. I think children they are the future. Before too long, I'm going to be an old man, and hell, I hadn't had any kids. I think if I get married, I'm going to get a foster kid.
That'd be awesome.
Somebody I could spoil and teach how to fish and hunt,
Yeah.
how to find arrowheads, go looking for Bigfoot.
That'd be awesome.
My kid would be fearless.
Fearless but ready.
I had an opportunity to teach my boy's kid, Alex, karate. I taught him in 2